Fabi, welcome to St. Louis for the Clutch Chess and a very exciting event for the entire world of chess. How do you like this format? Also, just won the US Championship and now this one with Magnus, yourself, Hikaru, and Gukesh. How are you feeling?
I think it's a really interesting format. Like we had this a few years ago. It was during the pandemic, so everything was online. But we had the Clutch Chess matches, and I played matches against Wesley, against Magnus, against Lanier as well. And that was very interesting because, of course, the scoring system made it such that you could always come back in a match, which is, of course, maybe a bit strange, but it does make some games super critical and adds a bit or just changes the dynamics a bit of it. And here, I'm also kind of interested to see like what will change, from day 1 to day 3. And the field is very, very good, of course. I mean, you couldn't possibly get better for a 4-player field. Magnus, Hikaru, and Gukesh. And Gukesh just coming off a tournament. He was quite successful.
Yeah.
I'm also coming off a tournament, and Magnus and Hikaru are kind of relaxed for recently. I mean, okay, Hikaru played a bit, but in general, they haven't played too much recently. So that's also interesting. I am looking forward to it.
And in general here, this new chess club that has opened up, you played here, you won here. How do you find this entire new environment, and what is your take on the contribution of this chess club to the growth of chess in US?
I mean, I think it's fantastic that it's opened up again. We were so used to playing here for many years. And of course, I mean, it has so many memories for us to play in these rooms. For me to play the US Championship, but also my first time in St. Louis, I played like 30 meters from here, the Sinquefield Cup, with Magnus, with Hikaru, Maxime, Veselin, and Levon. And since then, I've played so many tournaments. Then for many years, while everything was under renovation, we moved to the World Chess Hall of Fame, and we played there many tournaments, Sinquefield Cup and US Championship and St. Louis Rapid Blitz and all sorts of events. But it's really good to be back, to see everything. It's bigger, and the renovations are beautiful, of course. I mean, the contribution of the St. Louis Chess Club, of Rex and Jeannie can't really be overstated. It's basically a revival of US chess. They brought, I mean, US chess was always very strong. It has a great history, many great champions. But like the recent resurgence, I think is in huge part because of their contributions, because of the contributions of everyone at the St. Louis Chess Club.
Also, this is your home, yeah? St. Louis is where you live.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful. And also, I have a position here at the club. You've played this here. It's an amazing event in your life and for all the chess fans. And I believe that because we are here, it should be something that we should talk about. This is your 2014 event where you scored 7 out of 7 and then won the Sinquefield Cup. And this, do you remember this game?
Yeah, this was 3rd round against Magnus. Here it's Magnus's move. I think my knight was on d7 last, and I played knight to c5. I mean, it's a very provocative move. Because I had choices, of course. I don't remember all the calculations, but I can castle, and I just cover this vulnerable point. Castle, but then he has knight h4, and I have to deal with a tiny initiative. So knight c5 is a very concrete move. I hope that my knight was on d7. I'm not mixing up and it was on a6, but I think it was on d7.
It was on d7.
And so it's a very provocative move because it basically asks white a question. Okay, you can retreat the bishop, or you can allow the trade, which is not ideal from a positional point of view. Like, let's say you play bishop c2 and I castle, and white's bishop is a bit more passive. Obviously, f7 is no longer hanging. So this is kind of a small moral victory. Black is arguably a bit better. But it asks the question, I mean, what happens if you take, which is the first thing you think about, and it's what Magnus played. It's very critical, because if you take with the queen, there's some issues with this. I mean, just the queen h5 comes and the queen is under attack. So it starts a forcing sequence. Because now my king can run away, it's very important. Queen g5.
Rook f8.
Rook f8, king h7, rook h8, king g6.
Actually, it took with the knight.
Oh, sorry. Knight takes. And now When did I play knight d3? Was it
I think you first took on, I think you played here bishop g4, was it?
bishop g4, queen f1, knight d3? Was that
Yes,
the game?
yes.
Okay. I don't think this was the strongest.
I think here there was another move that was the strongest here instead of knight d3. Knight. But I mean, it was practically very good.
The thing about knight d3
Queen
is that...
e3, I think, was the move, if I'm not
What
mistaken.
were my calculations? Queen e3, I guess queen to f2, take, rook takes. I actually don't remember my calculations, but I do remember that the position we got, because the point of knight d3 is if he takes, then I get queen e3, and then king to h1 and queen g3, and he has no checks, and I just checkmate him there.
Wow.
So it's kind of asking him to simplify the position, like I take his rook,
Yes.
then he takes my bishop,
Yes.
and then we play this position where his knight is trapped, so I can take it at any moment. I think I'd probably play queen g4 here.
Yes. Queen g4, knight f3.
Because of rook d8, there's rook d8.
Maybe knight f7, maybe? Or no?
No, knight f7, there's queen c5. Rook d8, knight f3.
Yeah, knight f3.
Queen c5, knight d4. I guess I took on g4 here?
Yes.
I can't remember the game at all.
Yeah, queen g4, knight f3,
Now did I
and queen
take?
g3,
Oh, I didn't even take that.
e5, and king h8.
Yeah, and then there was like one final very important moment. Did he play
e6.
e6? And here there was some like very important move which took a lot of calculation. Was it queen g4?
I think you gave a check first.
And then king h1, queen
Yes,
g4?
and then queen g4.
Ah, yeah, this. And then e7.
I think he played queen d6, rook d8.
And queen e5, rook d5?
Queen e5, rook d5, queen b8, king h7, e7.
Yeah, and then queen h5.
Yes.
And this, he played knight h2, which blunders to rook d1, but queen h2, I play queen to e8, and then there's also rook h5, and I think he's losing there as well. But for some reason, all these variations are kind of vague in my memory. Okay, it was
11 years ago.
It was 11 years ago.
Do you think any tournament comes close to this performance in the next 11 years that you played?
From my tournaments, no. I mean, maybe from like a success point of, like a competitive point of view, candidates, you know, when I won the candidates in 2018, but the performance-wise, of course not. It was, I didn't play any other tournament similar to this.
That's amazing. We have one more position behind for you, just so that if we could go there and you could give us your thoughts. This one, maybe you could sit this side.
Well, I was playing with the white pieces in this one, yeah. I do remember this game, of course. It was 2021 US Championship. I think it's black's move here because maybe my king was here and I played king g2, is that correct? And then
Yes.
maybe it was an accuracy. And then I think I was playing against Daniel Naroditsky. I think he played like this.
Yes.
Oh my god, what happened now? I guess trade and BC. Oh no, sorry, it was.
Yeah, we have the game, just a second.
I think that I had to. No, but this is not the position. Something went wrong for black.
So c5, dc5, knight c4,
Yeah, this was
you were
definitely
right.
correct.
And then he took rook e2 first.
Of course. Yeah, that that makes a lot more sense. So knight
Rook
c4,
e2,
rook e2,
knight e2.
knight e2, bc4, and now I did something stupid. Rook c1, which is just losing. I think we were both in time trouble. Maybe I was in worse time trouble. And then I kind of saw this position and I thought maybe there would be some chances, but then he just brought his bishop to g7. And then he just brought his king to the center, picked up my c-pawn, and this pawn on b2 is untouchable. And he won the game. It was a very nice conversion, very nice game. But I think there was like an interesting moment here. If in this position, sorry, how was it? Bishop's on g7, bc4. I already forgot the position that we just saw.
Knight e2, rook d1, yeah. Or you want both the rooks? Yeah, this one.
This
Correct.
This is the position, yeah?
And this is here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I need to do this. Because rook c1 was losing, but I need to go for this position.
This also looks scary.
It looks losing. I think maybe it is losing, but it's very difficult for black. Because if rook c5, okay, it looks like the passed pawn is kind of winning, but then I can bring my king up, and then if I get my rook around to like b4, then I think it's a draw. But then like black can be very subtle and can try to bring his king also to the center. And then there's like some very I think maybe it's winning for black anyway, but it was a very good try.
Wow.
But yeah, this was the 20.
So you remember some of the...
Some details. This was the 2021 U.S. Championship against Sanya. Yeah.
And just your thoughts, like something that you remember about him, this game. I mean, this for him was the biggest achievement of his classical chess career for Danya. But I believe you have spent more time with him, and I think if you have any thoughts that you can share.
Yeah, well, yeah, I looked through his games recently. Of course, I mean, we knew each other. I knew him as a person. We would talk from time to time. But I didn't know his chess so much. You know, like we played on a few occasions. We played 2 U.S. championships. We played, of course, many online games, although not as many as other people. I saw he played like 10,000 games against Min Lei. I mean, of course, in Blitz he was incredible. But I think like his classical achievements, people didn't know so much. And I was looking through his games, and I saw this game when he was 19 years old. He played against Dmitry Yakovenko. He was playing for the U.S. team. It was in 2015 World Team Championship. So I analyzed this game, and I think from like his individual classical games, perhaps his best, or definitely among his best. I mean, it was a tremendous achievement, this game. So I think a lot of his classical achievements were not as well known, because he was so known as like a blitz bullet, one of the best in the world. And I mean, like the last time we hung out was earlier this year in Germany. The last time I saw him, we were kind of playing board games, playing blitz. He was playing blitz, and so we were playing some other games as well. So it was like a large group. Like one of the things definitely I remember about him will be like his intensity and passion over the board. I think it's well known. Not only over the board, but also online chess. There's a lot of great videos showing that.
Amazing. Thank you, Fabi.